so fast, even within a week, within a day, that a revolution can spring up in Nigeria. I don't see any excuse of education or no education. How did Biafra grow? I mean, how did Nnamdi Kanu spread his message in the East? You can't go to the East right now and not hear one word of Biafra, this, that. The East is literally Biafranized within how many years?
Especially the young people.
Are you now going to say all those people in the East, in the villages in the East, are you saying they are uneducated? Some of them didn't go to the school like us that went to Lagos school, Unibe, all these guys. Some of them went to the local schools, but they know more history than even those who went to the big schools, Covenant University, Unilag, they know more. The fact is that the people who know are not willing to make those changes. That is why I said it's best if we gather the ones that know. Me, I can't wait for the whole 200 million Nigerians to be aware. Let's drive the train now, and on the way they will join us. Nigerians want to see something moving first. Then when they see it moving, they will join. It happened in NSAS.
But it just seems that
exactly.
that coordination is what is not there. We believe that whatever is going to go down in Nigeria is going to be spontaneous. But when?
Yes, it's going to be spontaneous, but the train has to move first. It happened in NSAS. It happened in the obedient movement. All the movement that has happened, it happened when the train was moving. And the train has to move first.
That makes sense.
But if we are going to now say it's because of education, I don't buy that. Kenya is just an example. It's not everybody in Kenya that are educated. You can see the way they went into a church. Some people were in church praying.
Protest everywhere. They took it to the parliament. They stood there all day. Now they've taken it to the churches. From tomorrow again, they are like everywhere.
But guess what? There were some people in church that were not in the movement.
Yes.
But when the movement came to meet them in church, I'm sure they joined the train.
That's when they joined.
Right from the pulpit. That is what I've always been advocating for. It's good to talk, it's good to complain and all these things. But Nigerians, and we are from there, so I'm self-critical too. You understand? So I'm not going to say, Nigerians, all of us.
The point you've just made there now, Michael, is that there has always been reactions, movement against the establishment, okay? That they haven't really won yet doesn't mean that they are not there. They've always been, and they've always sprung up, right?
Yes.
So then you strongly believe as well that at the right time, when it is very much no longer avoidable, it will happen, together. Right?
Yes. When all the angles come together, when everybody's when there's unity of purpose. Everybody, every angle, all the agitation, the Biafra, the revolution now, this, that. If everybody come on a single train and that train moves, trust me, these guys they'll be on the run. They can't stop. I've always said, they cannot stop the people. The people have more power than them. They cannot. The reason why they are able to yell at people, enter one movement, rises up. They will just use like 800 people to yell at the movement, that kind of thing. But if you have over 50 million people coming at the same time, at all corners, those 800 people that are online, that are trying to...
1 million. See, let me tell you something, right? Nigeria has 36 states, plus Abuja, okay? Now, you need this to take place in the highly populated areas to start with, okay? Now, let's say if you have just 2 million people across Nigeria and you divide them into, let's say, 100,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know that the major cities getting 100, 150, 100,000 is not a small mean number. You get what I mean now, right? See, if 2 million come out of 36 states, 30 states alone is a done deal. All these guys will begin to run away.
As I say, there will be no military power will be able to handle it because they will be stretched. How can they handle everybody?
How they want to fight a 30 or 40 war front? Maybe they go bring all of them from the barracks And you'll be surprised that some of them are also willing to join too. But we need to start.
That is it. They will join. Not that they'll be willing to join, they will join because they will have no choice. I mean, there's a movement that will happen that when you say either you join the trade, or you lose everything, they will join. They won't have any choice but to join. So that is my main issue. Every other thing, yes, it's going to happen. The GMOs is going to come,
right? I do. And that's one thing I have for the obedient, despite all of those who have been trying to use that same their movement, to get closer to power instead of actually helping to save the people.
It is very bad.
I still admire them. You know why? They remain stronger, And I believe that if there's any formidable group that will eventually be so pissed off that they won't be, like they've had enough, it will kick start from the obedient. And others who are already angry with the system will kill. I do believe that too, Baba. But they needed to be cheated again, I think.
They needed to cheat. They already cheated again. They already
cheated because they will.
My advice on the obedience that the signs that they will be cheated is already on ground. I don't see any reason why someone should be waiting.
So they have two choices, Michael, right? They have the number one choice to prevent that cheating taking place by moving out.
Yes, that is
and
it. They should move it now.
And demanding for a better, what I mean, like before any elections,
Before any election, you are getting my point.
Yes.
Don't wait. That 2027, the movement they're already making moves now. Aburi has joined Apapa.
Yeah.
They are moving things right now to scam all of you.
So are you going to wait till when they scam you? What are you going to do? Or you're going to stop it from happening at all? I know a lot of people may not have figured out how to do that too. But from next year, Baba, it will be about 2027. All of the conspiracies about it.
The funniest thing that people are shouting on the next election, but nobody is even talking of how will they conduct the next election. Nobody has made the motion for changing the electoral act. Nobody has made the motion for digital voting or whatever. Nobody has made the motion for any that. There's no noise around the electoral act. It is when it is 1 month to go. Everybody will be shouting, this time around, they cannot read us out this time around. But then they will read everybody. Every single person will read that. And that is always good for people to plan ahead. Just see the moves that are going on. Even in your labor distance. So if you leave Labour Party, you go to another place. Somebody there will also want to take advantage.
They will be surprised that wherever you want to go, they already have that's why they are called the establishment. How could people not see that? It's like me now. See, let me tell you something here, Michael, right? I am one of those who believe that the day we are able to see, I may take a while to explain this because I actually want to talk about it to Michael, right? Please, okay? Now, I am one of those who believe that there is a strategy that we must find means, to take power away from those who are controlling our regions by their state and all that. And there's no way you can take power from them without getting involved in their elections, right? But because I believe that you cannot then say, I want to take power from you, and then you decide to go and register, say you want to join form a party, join this, and then they will write the rules of that election, You know that they're going to rig you. Then you're like, okay, don't participate. That's my own rule. Like if the whole place is not really, free, fair, or equitable, why participate in it at all? To give it validation. So I am one of those who believe that when Nigeria will break, right, it is either we take that power away from them directly, or we work as a consortium that comes together to influence their rank and file and help them destroy themselves. So until you turn few of them, because all they care about is money, right? But if you have an organization that has so much money, all you have to do is just begin to turn them against one another with that money. Then they destroy themselves and they weaken themselves. While they are destroying themselves, then you take that power away from them. Then you go and face those ones in charge of Nigeria and tell them, Don't come to Yoruba land again. No. Say, why? Say, okay, you'll find out. Don't come here. We are not part of Nigeria anymore, okay? Listen, and if you really want this to happen, right, we want to present our what do you call our resolutions to you in case if you probably want to have a chat about it, but don't come here again. But we used to, I mean, you used to be part of Nigeria and all of that. We said, well, not anymore. But we need that power. We need those who can easily make sanctuary cities for those who are supporting, promoting self-determination. Sure, you get, Michael? You need sanctuary cities for them. We need places whereby plane can fly from here and land, whether in Biafra land or whether in Yoruba land or without any Nigerian radar touching it. We need those safe places. We need people to feel safe in some states that they will say this one's will be pro-Biafra. That one, that place, they be pro-Yoruba nation. Until we get to that stage, I beg, we should just continue to organize and educate ourselves. That's where Aduke comes in. She's more or less like, it is not about education per se. It is what type of education, what type of enlightenment, what type of messages are people consuming? Are the messages the message that will kind of radicalize them, embolden them, and understand the dilemma they are in? Sure, you get now. So until we get the number, Baba, I will continue on this path. Michael.
Obviously, we don't have the number, but that is the example.
You are far away from the phone again. I could barely hear you.
Yeah, are you hearing me now? Okay, I said that's the example I was giving about Biafra. I mean, in the eastern region, it was within a small time that Kano exerted his influence in that region, and it was taking over. So it is. I understand the education they're trying to say, but it had to take like an intellectual, somebody who knows, to put those influences on those who don't know. And it was not, of course, Kano was the voice around it, but it was not. But he was not the only one that was, involved in it. IPOB members everywhere, you have to influence. So imagine if that happens everywhere. Like you said, you want a safe haven in Biafra land where people organize. You want a safe haven in a Yoruba land where people organize. All those things. It starts from those individual components, and that's why I'm against
those who are against Biafra, and they are asserting their influence of ruining it. They are Igbos.
That is the point.
Collaboration of their friends from other tribes, Yoruba, Hausa, from other places, right? They are able to feel like they could subjugate their people and deny Biafra. They are those.
That's why I'm against any faction.
In this.
So when you look I've always made my mind clear that
most people against Yoruba
factions are not allowed.
Michael, the most people against Yoruba nation, they are Yorubas.
That is it now.
And they are the political class, the elite, the traditional stool, and the rest of them.
The ones that know, the intellectuals,
they are likely never going to be useful. Imagine if we now take over power in any of those places and we expand it, create a sanctuary city for everybody that believes. It doesn't matter where you come from in Yoruba land. If any of those people are tracking you or want go to Oyo, we are the ones ruling
Oyo. Just go to there. They will be
we are the ones ruling Ogun. And from that, it will become we are the ones ruling Southwest. All Yorubas who support Yoruba nation, all of you are welcome, and nobody can harass you. But you need that power. You need it. So if you can't get it through their rigged elections, right?
Through their rigged elections.
Let's play dirty, infiltrate their camps, bribe them, turn them against themselves. I will not stop saying this until I lay my hands on their resources. Because it is one way that you can actually fight without a single soldier. You get that, Michael?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
I agree. Yeah. Thank you so much for everything. You're actually one of those people, in Nigeria, really, raising the voice up. I was listening to a video you did the last time of Ojukwu making a statement like, when I just remember, I said when Ojukwu led that war, he was like 33-year-old. And I mean, a young guy with so much intelligence, leading people, and held a whole country for 3 years, 33 years. When I look at his age, I was just looking at my own life, and there are some 50-year-old people that are shouting Emilokon, shouting Obe, in River State, and you just wonder, like, we actually need to take responsibility for once. that is it. Anyway, thank you for everything you're doing.
Yes, sir. Let me take
Okay.
another one, okay? I think I still have, let me check. I still have 25 minutes to 30 minutes. So I could still take more like 3, 4, 5 calls, okay? Sometimes or all the time I do, okay? I like having this conversational, okay? And because we are all connecting from every part of the world, from the other side, and my streamer is the one that takes all this in and stream them to you on your screen. So please don't think when I speak or my caller talks and I talk, I'm talking over them or they are talking over me. It's just what is being mixed out there for you, okay? So I make it very much, I make it more as educative as it could be, all right? And here is another caller, though. Hello.
Hi, Mr. Maigo. Good
Hello,
day.
sir. How are you?
Fine. You look so great today.
Oh, thank you. I mean, you are the first person to say that now, right? Which is good. Usually people said, now that I've left my beard done, can't you just go for your cut? Somebody said that the last time. I was like, leave me alone. I'm not getting your cut. So thank you for saying that.
Thank you. So I just want to address a
Yes,
few
sir.
things. I'll start with the educational system. Um, Africa as a continent, we use everything about us is foreign. Our educational system, when you want to reference countries like China, Russia, you will notice something. They use their educational their system is in their own language, right? If you go to China, you're taught in Chinese. They are not going to teach you in English, right? Same thing with Russia. And these countries, they are powerful. They are fighting. They are also advancing technologically with the West. But in the case of Africa, right, we define education based on how fluent we speak good English, or if I have a PhD, means I'm educated. But the same educated people, they will be in church where maybe the pastor will say they've gotten fake alerts, miracle, and this Suleiman miracle where people were holding their phones and they were like, Holy Spirit have
Miracle
sent,
money.
magic and miracle money. And you'll be surprised that PhD holders, master degree holders, believe such nonsense, something that you cannot explain. So that's not education, or
Do you
it's
know the most sad part there, Baba, is that now you and I, we are probably sounding now like, okay, we are educated, not just being educated, we are also sensible enough to be like, this is absolute bullshit, right? It's not explainable. But the PhD holder you mentioned, a person will get PhD, that means they have advanced education, Abby. They will tell
exactly,
you that you will not understand. You can't
exactly.
understand things of spirit to say,
And when we tell them this, they think it's like an attack. We are not attacking them. The truth is, for this revolution, or for Africa to be free, we have to collectively rise. Only one man, Nnamdi Kanu alone, if he had the power to do it, I'm sure he's going to do it. He's that determined. But only Nnamdi Kanu cannot. Only Sunday Igboho cannot do it.
no.
It takes every African to understand who we are originally. Everything about us is borrowed from our religious beliefs.
But do
Today,
you
an
know,
African,
Baba? Do you know
yeah,
that this thing, this feeling superior because you can speak English or because of the type of
yeah,
certificate you are carrying,
exactly.
is only a thing of Nigeria. I'll give you
Yeah,
something, right? Other African countries were colonized, right? The
yeah,
popular language in this part of East Africa, South Africa, is believed to be Kiswahili. Okay, it
yeah,
is so popular that a lot of people speak it. Now, take a look at Kenya. Kenya is also multi-ethnic,
yeah,
multi-tribal nation like Nigeria. But do you know they speak their language in their national assembly with no force?
yeah.
South Africans speak and present in their parliament in their language with no force.
True.
But in Nigeria, well, they already like we don't even understand ourselves. Which one you want to use out of the 500 languages? So we say, can't we just, you can still put people, right? Listen to this. You can put people who speak who have different accents or different tongues, but they kind of speak similar languages in a country, okay? Right?
Yeah.
And they can have one language that everybody speaks, but they also have their other languages instead of English and bury the rest. So how come we are not allowed to speak our languages like other African countries? They do speak their languages in their parliament, not